Welcome to a journey into the heart of American horror, a film so raw, so visceral, and so utterly terrifying that it changed the landscape of cinema forever. Today, we're dissecting Tobe Hooper's 1974 masterpiece, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a film that proved that true horror doesn't need supernatural monsters, just a deranged family and a very sharp saw. This isn't just a slasher film, it's a groundbreaking work of art, a chilling exploration of primal fear, societal decay, and the terrifying banality of evil. So, buckle up, because we're heading to rural Texas, where some families take hospitality to a whole new and horrifying level. Our story opens with a chilling narration, informing us of a gruesome act of grave robbing in rural Texas, setting an immediate tone of unease and dread. We are then introduced to our protagonists, Sally Hardesty, her paraplegic brother Franklin, and their friends Jerry, Pam, and Kirk. They are on a road trip in a van, heading to an old family homestead in Texas to investigate reports of vandalism at their grandfather's grave. This seemingly innocent journey quickly takes a dark turn, as the desolate Texas landscape itself seems to breathe a sense of foreboding. The film masterfully uses the vast, empty spaces to create a feeling of isolation and vulnerability, a scary and dramatic prelude to the horrors to come. As they drive, they pass a slaughterhouse, and Franklin, in a rather unsettling moment, recounts the Hardesty family's long history with animal slaughter. This detail, seemingly innocuous, subtly foreshadows the themes of meat, consumption, and the brutal reality of life and death that will permeate the entire film. The atmosphere in the van is tense, with the friends bickering and the oppressive heat of the Texas summer adding to the discomfort. This early part of the film is crucial for establishing the characters and their dynamics, making their subsequent demise all the more impactful. It's an educational insight into how the film builds dread not just through jump scares, but through an unsettling atmosphere and disturbing dialogue. Their journey takes a sharp, terrifying detour when they pick up a hitchhiker. This character, a disheveled and erratic young man, immediately unsettles the group with his bizarre behavior. He talks about his family, who used to work at the old slaughterhouse, and then, in a shocking and disturbing moment, he borrows Franklin's pocket knife and cuts himself. He then takes a Polaroid picture of the group, demanding money. When they refuse, he burns the photo and attacks Franklin with a straight razor. This is a truly scary and dramatic scene, a sudden eruption of violence that shatters any remaining sense of security. The hitchhiker is a harbinger of the madness to come, a twisted individual who embodies the film's unsettling portrayal of rural depravity. The group manages to force the hitchhiker out of the van, but not before he smears blood on the side, a chilling omen. Low on gas, they stop at a remote gas station, but the proprietor, a greasy, unsettling man, tells them he's out of fuel. This forces them to explore a nearby abandoned house, which, unbeknownst to them, is the Hardesty family's old homestead. This detour is a crucial plot point, leading them directly into the clutches of the monstrous family. The film masterfully uses these seemingly mundane events to build an inescapable sense of dread, slowly tightening the noose around our unsuspecting protagonists. With the gas station dry, Kirk and Pam decide to venture off on their own, hoping to find a swimming hole mentioned by Franklin. Instead, they stumble upon a dilapidated, run-down house, surrounded by derelict cars and powered by noisy generators. This is the infamous Sawyer family farmhouse, a place that will soon become synonymous with terror. Hoping to barter for gas, Kirk enters the house through an unlocked door, while Pam waits nervously outside. The atmosphere is thick with unease, a scary and dramatic tension that builds with every creak of the floorboards. Inside, Kirk's search for help is met with unimaginable horror. A hulking, masked figure, later to be known as Leatherface, appears from the shadows and brutally murders Kirk with a hammer. The suddenness and savagery of the attack are shocking, a visceral introduction to the film's iconic villain. When Pam enters the house, she stumbles into a grotesque tableau, a room strewn with decaying remains and furniture crafted from human and animal bones. This is a truly disturbing and scary revelation, a glimpse into the depraved world of the Sawyer family. She attempts to flee but is caught by Leatherface and impaled on a meat hook, left to dangle while Leatherface starts up his chainsaw, dismembering Kirk in front of her. This sequence is a relentless assault on the senses, a masterclass in building terror through implication and raw, unflinching violence. It's an educational moment in horror, showing how much can be achieved with suggestion rather than explicit gore. As darkness falls, Jerry, increasingly worried about Pam and Kirk's prolonged absence, sets out to find them. His search leads him to the same dilapidated farmhouse, a place now steeped in unimaginable horror. He cautiously enters the house, calling out for his friends, only to stumble upon a horrifying discovery. In a dimly lit room, he finds Pam, barely alive, convulsing in a chest freezer. Before Jerry can fully process the horror, Leatherface appears, swiftly and brutally ending his life. The ease with which Leatherface dispatches his victims, combined with the sheer terror of the environment, reinforces the overwhelming sense of helplessness that permeates the film. Jerry's death further isolates Sally and Franklin, tightening the noose around the remaining survivors and intensifying the dramatic stakes. Their anxiety mounts as they venture out into the encroaching darkness, desperately searching for their companions. The atmosphere is thick with dread, and the audience knows that their journey will lead them directly to the source of the horror. The vulnerability of Franklin, confined to his wheelchair, adds an extra layer of tension and fear to this already terrifying situation, making his impending doom all the more tragic and dramatic. Their search culminates in a horrifying ambush. Leatherface, bursting from the shadows, brutally murders Franklin with his chainsaw. The suddenness and ferocity of the attack are shocking, a visceral display of Leatherface's raw power and the terrifying efficiency of his weapon. Sally, screaming in terror, is chased by Leatherface into the very house where her friends met their gruesome ends. This is a relentless, scary, and dramatic chase sequence, as Sally desperately tries to escape the clutches of the chainsaw-wielding maniac. Inside the house, she stumbles upon more horrors, a very old, seemingly dead man and a woman's rotting corpse, further cementing the depravity of the family. In a desperate act of survival, Sally leaps through a second-floor window, narrowly escaping Leatherface. She flees through the desolate landscape, her screams echoing in the night, until she reaches the gas station. This is a moment of fleeting hope, a brief respite from the relentless terror. However, the film has one more shocking twist in store, proving that even in moments of apparent safety, danger can still lurk. Sally's brief moment of relief at the gas station is brutally shattered. The proprietor, the seemingly helpful man who earlier claimed to be out of gas, reveals his true, horrifying nature. He brutally beats and subdues Sally, loading her into his pickup truck. This is a shocking and dramatic twist, as the last bastion of perceived safety turns out to be another part of the nightmare. The film cleverly plays on our expectations, making us believe Sally has found a rescuer, only to pull the rug out from under us in the most terrifying way. The proprietor drives Sally back to the very farmhouse she just escaped. There, the hitchhiker reappears, and the horrifying truth is revealed. The proprietor, the hitchhiker, and Leatherface are all brothers, part of the same deranged, cannibalistic family. The proprietor scolds the hitchhiker for his earlier actions at the cemetery, highlighting the twisted family dynamics. This is a crucial educational moment, as it reveals the full extent of the family's depravity and their interconnectedness. The family unit, usually a source of comfort and safety, is here a source of unimaginable terror. What follows is arguably one of the most disturbing and iconic sequences in horror cinema, the dinner scene. Sally is tied to a chair at a grotesque dinner table, surrounded by the entire family, including the ancient, seemingly mummified grandpa, who is brought down from upstairs. The family taunts her, bickers amongst themselves, and subjects her to psychological torture. They cut her finger so grandpa can suck her blood, a truly repulsive and scary moment that pushes Sally to the brink of madness. The scene is a masterclass in psychological horror, using sound, disturbing visuals, and the sheer depravity of the family to create an unbearable sense of dread. It's a dramatic and funhouse mirror reflection of a dysfunctional family dinner, where the main course is human suffering. The next morning, Sally, regaining consciousness, seizes a desperate opportunity. She breaks free from her bonds and runs onto the road in front of the house, pursued by the deranged brothers. In a chaotic and terrifying sequence, an oncoming truck accidentally runs over the hitchhiker, killing him instantly. The truck driver, witnessing the horror, attacks Leatherface with a large wrench, causing him to fall and injure his leg with his own chainsaw. This is a moment of pure, unadulterated adrenaline, a dramatic and scary chase that culminates in a desperate struggle for survival. The truck driver flees, leaving Sally, covered in blood and grime, to flag down a passing pickup truck. She scrambles into the bed of the truck, narrowly escaping Leatherface, who, in a final, iconic image, stands in the middle of the road, swinging his chainsaw in a furious, impotent rage as the sun rises. Sally, now safe but irrevocably traumatized, laughs hysterically, a chilling, almost primal sound that signifies her complete breakdown and her miraculous, yet harrowing, survival. This ending is a masterclass in suspense and release, leaving the audience with a profound sense of unease and the lasting image of Leatherface's frustrated dance of death. It's a powerful, dramatic, and unforgettable conclusion to a relentless nightmare. If you survived this brutal journey into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, please hit that like button, share this video with fellow horror fanatics, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the films that push the boundaries of terror. Thanks for watching.